Hey guys, and welcome back to Inspire by Christina. So last week it was crazy with business, so I didn't get to make a video. However, this week is Monday, so I decided what perfectly. I literally put it at the top of my list last night. So this video is titled "Comparing, Perfecting, Competing is a Perfect Waste of Time." Perfect waste of time. So the reason why I wanted to speak on this particular topic is because I realize a lot of people don't get started with anything in life because these three things literally don't get them on the board. Don't get them on the board, meaning you having an idea and it being in your head, no matter how much you write it down on paper, no matter how much you actually tell somebody about it, unless you're actually starting that business, starting that course, jumping on that flight to go to that destination, it's a mere idea. It is a mere idea. Last night I saw this thing which I posted on my Instagram that basically spoke of, no matter how much motivational quotes or inspirational quotes you guys read, if you don't get to ask your board, it's like it doesn't make any sense. That's basically what it was saying, and I truly believe in this. So the biggest thing that I find that basically stop people from stepping into their purpose or stepping into their future or stepping into something new is literally comparing. The first thing they're going to say, but everybody's selling it, everybody doing it. I don't know anybody who has done it and actually gone to a certain level. But why would people buy from me instead of buying from them? But they actually started out so long ago, so long ago. They've been had their YouTube channel since forever. So my thing don't make any sense. I tell people this. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is literally who you were yesterday. Meaning, are you doing something better? Are you doing more? Because that's literally how your resilience starts building. Like that's your first day. Like today was my first day back at the gym and whatever. Honestly, I don't think I did as bad as I thought I was going to be. Though, because it's been a while. And it would basically be an example, like you're going up the staircase for the first day, so you're going up like say you're going from the first floor to the 30th floor. If it's your first day, probably by the second to the third floor, you're going to literally be out of breath. But every single day, if you go in and you do more, you do more, you do more, even if it's just literally one floor more, eventually, the first floor to the first floor to the third floor, the first day bust your ass. But then no, you're going to find yourself going. So once you actually get to the 30th floor, the first three floor is easy to because you built your resilience, you built your endurance. So it's the same thing when it comes on to comparing yourself to who you were yesterday. As long as you're doing a little bit more, just a little bit more. It's almost like a domino. If you're look on literally like lining up a domino. But all the dominoes, as it's going forward, is actually getting a little bigger and a little bigger and a little bigger. So that little domino that you start off with first, and you hit over once. So the size is like size 10. And then the second one is size 11. And then the second one is size 12. That one domino literally hit down the other one. Then the 11 hit down the 12. Then the 12 hit down the 13. And then by the time you look, say, get to 1,000, it first started with that one tiny, one. It literally started out with, I think we started at 11. So it started out with 11 and now we're at 1,000. It's literally the same thing. I tell people, stop comparing yourself to people. Because by the ending of the day, no two persons are alike. And that's what makes us super unique and super amazing. And that is the reason why we should only strive to be great. And great not in the world per se, but more of your world. What you want to be great in, why you want to be great, where do you need your greatness? And the reason I say this is that, okay, we can look at it. There's no other person in the world like you. Like, look at it. Look how many people is in the world, and there's nobody in the world like you. So why would you compare yourself to someone else? The sun rises at a certain time and it sets at a certain time. And I always tell people, so listen, you don't know what happened behind closed door. So don't grudge anybody. Don't want something just because you somebody with it, because you don't know how them get it, you don't know the word them put in for it. Because yes, you might be jealous or want their end goal, but when you look on the process and the journey it took them to get it, you might not want that. So that's the reason why I tell people comparing is the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do. A lot of time people tend to see when the person actually becomes successful and say, oh, he just started. Sometimes these people have been doing this forever. Sometimes these people have literally been having this idea and been fighting with themselves and been fighting with their minds in order for one day literally give themselves a chance. Like it took probably years of breaking their mentality before they can actually, go out and do something and it actually work after a while. Like that's what people don't understand. It's like you don't just the first day when you bust out the abs. It's a long time you've been working on those abs. It's a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline, a lot of principle that goes into that. And that's one of the reasons why I tell people, like, listen, you can't just be caught up on the end goal. And I always know this. When people ask me, okay, how do you stay motivated? How did you get started? How did you do this? How did you do that? A lot of time, most people will be caught up on the end goal. So I will tell them the process, that part fly over them head, and then just see what I achieved. No, when they start the process and they're not seeing the achievements immediately, they stop. Because to them, it's like, hold on, like, this is too much for me. And that's why I tell people, like, there's no catching up in life. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Do not try to skip steps or lessons. When you're going through hardship, I always say, listen, anytime things get harder, things getting difficult, I say, okay, something big coming, something massive coming. And the reason for this is because God knows that right now I'm not equipped and I don't have the tools, I don't have the talent, I don't have the strength that I need to actually get to that level and actually don't let it defeat me, or that way I can actually maintain it and grow whatever I am getting. So I need to learn this so that way I can basically do well with whatever blessing he has for me. And the perfect example to this and all, you cannot go on a job that you have to use, say for example, a crane. You can put somebody to operate a crane who has never had any training with a crane. That is literally how I look an obstacle. There's no problems, only solution. And that is the funny part of life. I get it, some days it's rough. And again, I can't wait to get to perfection or perfecting. Some days it is rough, but by the ending of the day, my motto for my life is the rain doesn't fall forever. And when I look on how many hurdles I have overcome, bring them on. Bring on the hurdles, because every single hurdle that I jump over, best believe it bring me to a different level of greatness. So bring on the hurdle. Bring on the hurdle. And if I bust my ass on the next hurdle, best believe it's just because we need to learn something so that way we can go over the hurdle properly. That's literally it. The only thing that is final in my life is death. If it's not one of my family member dead, or it's not one of my friends dead, or me, I guess in the past I've not really know. No, I have tomorrow to fight again. Shakes, I have this evening to fight again. Team no sleep tonight. We're going to figure it out. And that's what builds confidence. That's literally what builds confidence. When you know that, listen, there is no failure. There's nothing called failure. There's everything that called learning. If everything that I had failed on, I had stopped and given up, I wouldn't be sitting right here today. But when I look and I say, listen, the rain now fall forever, and God did not bring me this far to turn me back right here, so. Nope, don't believe it. Why am I not deserving? Why? Who me hurt? No, we're going to the top. Literally, champagne taste and beer budget. Can't tell me nothing. One day. So that's the thing, and I'm saying, guys, like, it take a while to get to here, so no. But when you really sit down with yourself and stop living in denial and stop playing games and looking yourself in your mirror, like making your journals of what you really want to do with your life and all of that stuff, like you're looking at yourself, what do I have to lose? If this is rock bottom, I don't have any further to go. So when it comes down to comparing, guys, like, don't compare yourself to a soul more than who you were yesterday. The next one, the competing. Guys, let me tell you something. The only person you should be competing with is your digging self. That's literally it. The only person you should be competing with is yourself. To me, if you're out here competing with somebody, Or if you have a company, you're competing with another company, you're losing sight. You are losing sight. What is your main aim in life? Is competing gonna get you to it closer? Does competing take off a little bit of focus off of what you're doing? Nobody can get me to take my eyes off of the prize. You know the reason why? Because God out here fighting off everything that's supposed to get fight off. So why am I helping God fight when God tell me that He has me? If God basically told me that He didn't bring me this far to let me go right here, so why am I out here competing with man? When God been put me and showed me time and time and time and time that, listen, if I get up and I do what I have to do, He will carry me the other part. And even if you don't believe in God, the universe, whatever you want to grow, whatever you put out in the universe is going to come back at you. Perfect example, you see a Rolls Royce. You want the Rolls Royce. You know what happened? Every single day on the road, you're going to see a Rolls Royce. Every single day, you're going to see a Rolls Royce. We don't understand how powerful our mind is. We don't understand that we need to feed our minds with the things that we're saying that we want. And that's one of the reasons why I think that there's so much unhappy people, because it's like, first of all, you can't compete with a soul. Because a lot of times what you see on social media or what you see in the media, that is not even it. So you're out here competing with people who themselves confused. So who are what you're competing with? You literally write down what you want over your life. And you literally do your roadmap. How do you get there? And that is all that matters. By the ending of the day and all of that, it doesn't make any sense to compete with anybody. Because what somebody have that you might be trying to take away or trying to get, when you get it, you might not like it because your intentions probably wasn't the purest. And that's the reason why I say, before anybody can step into the next part of their life or step into the next level, I say, get to know yourself. Get to truly know yourself. And the sad thing is that we do live in a society where people try to tell you who you are. Jesus. Every time they try to do this to me, I'm like, Lord God, I'm going to have to block you. I thought you were a good friend, but I'm going to have to block you. People always going to try to tell you who you are. And that's one of the reasons why I said to people like, yo, know yourself. Before you jump into any relationship, know yourself. Before you get into any business, know yourself. Before you jump into any form of, anything that's going to take a lot of your mental, know yourself. Because if not, you're going to find yourself in the middle of it, not knowing where you are, why you're here, what you're doing with your life, and all of that. And that's the reason why I literally preach about having a strong mental, whether that's with meditating, whether that's with educating yourself, whether that's, don't take second-hand information, go and go Google it for yourself, go and ask questions, because a lot of people will just tell you things to basically keep you in the dark. When it comes down to competing, guys, the only person who is a competition is you. If you have a business, the only person who you should care about their thoughts is your client. You think so the person who is selling the same thing about you, they're gonna come tell you, oh, your products are so awesome? Why do I care? I don't even know who's selling the same thing as me. Why do I care? I only care about my employees and my clients. And what else I can come up with in my little brain. That is the only thing I care about, and that's the reason why I know, like one of the reasons why I've done so well. And that has been me in my entire life. A gay man raised me. And when a gay man raise you, especially growing up in Jamaica, them not care. Whatever they want to do, they're going to do. It's their happiness that counts. It's the same exact thing. You don't care about what nobody wants to say. And I always say, so when I sit down and not doing nothing, nobody torments you. The moment you get up here and try to make a life, everything starts coming at you. You start a business, everybody literally try coming at you, try lying to clients and all of that stuff. But remember, what's for Caesar is for Caesar, so why should I compete? If you're telling me that, if I do all of these things, I'm going to be sitting pretty, eating good, why would I be trying to box out chicken bone out of somebody's hand? That means the problem is me, The problem is me and my heart. That is the problem. Because if I believe in what is for Caesar, and I believe that God is blessing me and my heart, or the universe is blessing me and my heart, and if I believe that, I'm doing the right thing and I am enjoying the process, then why am I concerned? I never understand that. I never understand it. I remember when somebody said to me, "Oh, but Christina, you're in business, you have to compete." I said, "No." They said, "But," I said, "No." By the ending of the day, I listen to my clients and what they're telling me. Because by the ending of the day, I'm not selling anything to another person's business, I'm selling stuff to clients. The next biggest thing is that I don't need to sell to everybody in the world. Like, where do I plan to keep all of that? Like, that means I have to have all the most employees in the world. So when you think like that and whatever, I don't need 100% of nothing. I am not greedy. That's just not. Oh, that's the problem. Greed. So yeah, good one. So yeah, I am not greedy. As long as I know I'm getting up and trying the best and I'm pushing myself to my full ability to see my full creativity and see the things that is inside of me and to feel gratitude every single day and to actually see clients' face light up when they get them product and to see my employees actually believe in my vision and believe that they want to grow with my company. My life make. That's accomplishment to me. Like, that is accomplishment to me. Like, yes, finances is hella important and all, but to know that people believe in what's coming out of your mouth, that's that's amazing. So okay. So the final one that we're gonna talk about is perfection. So this, guys, honestly, I am a Virgo and they say Virgos are perfectionists, but listen, me, no. First of all, the world changes every single day. Every single day. So by the time you just finish perfect something, best believe tomorrow that can't use again. That cannot use again. A lot of time people don't start because they're going for the perfect package, the perfect time, the perfect everything. Nothing, no imperfection. Nothing. The other day I was talking to my friend and they're saying, "Oh, that's why sometimes you have to wait for things fall into place." No, me, I put them into place. I am putting them into place. Like, I don't have control over everything, but what I will be doing is trying my best. I'm not going to wait for, stuff to just fall through the roof and whatever. No, we're going to put them into place. I have seen so much people with a perfect website, yet they cannot launch. I have seen so much people with the perfect packaging with no product. I have seen people with the perfect marketing strategies, the perfect what you call it, product, but can't launch. You know the reason why? Because they literally don't realize that it's not perfection that gets you on the board. It's resilience and consistency. Resilience meaning that, someday going to get rough, but best believe I'm not giving up. And then the next thing, consistency, where every single day you get up, you're believing in it 100%. So every single day you get up and you pour into it every single day, all day. I remember when I was young and I just moved to America, I remember saying to my mom that, when somebody wants something, they don't have to tell you that they want it. It's the way how they speak, them want it. They're not even if you say, "Oh, me, I got to do this and that with my life and whatever." Just the way how them speak, the way them carry themselves, what they surround themselves with, or by the people who them hang around, the conversations that them have. Just by that, you know that these people are destined for greatness. And I can say from I was young, I would like run joke with some of my childhood friends and be like, "Yo, a long time to stay, Sana?" Oh, sorry. I've been like that for a very long time. And I look at it and I laugh. And then I say, like, damn, I was always, just different. And I remember, sometimes people make me feel like, "Oh, you think too much, you think too deep, you're just different, you're just thanks. Thank you, because every single person who was the damn same is just a space, it's just a number. Stop chasing perfecting or perfection. Stop perfecting your stuff. Stop perfecting it. I know growing up they're like, "Oh, it doesn't make any sense." You literally put your energy in one thing, like all your energy in one thing, when there's so much more. You put your energy in the main thing. I remember telling people like, oh, when I just started my company, I was shipping in Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags. And then I remember I would literally go to the post office because I didn't know better, and I would literally write the address and everything like that. I would literally go there and get the envelope. But the small domino effect that I had told you about, that's the reason why we're able to knock down how much dominoes. It's literally that I literally dedicated myself to continuous learning. I do not chase perfection at all. Because what I did in the first part of my business, I can't do it today and it worked. I literally just have to keep improving, keep learning. Like, and that's the thing I tell people, like, listen, I'm not perfect. Best believe that, like, do not think I am perfect. Like, some days I might not want to do certain things, but it's just because the discipline in me and the principle in me. And that's the reason why I will get up and I will do so much stuff. I am not perfect, and that's the reason I say, yo, sometimes I'll come on beat to hell, and then sometimes I'm gonna come on like this. Because by the ending of the day, I do not chase perfection. I'm a real person. And I've always been a realist. Like, perfection, it doesn't exist. I'm a businesswoman, you know, like so many different things to me, and perfection, no, as long as you know you're doing your best. Like, who cares if this company, is basically a huge company and they have the perfect package and they have the perfect thing? People love realness. People love when they can relate to someone. Not everybody wants something. That's like the magazines back in the day. You look on the magazine and they're like so airbrushed, so photoshopped, and all of that stuff. So it didn't set a realistic expectation on what body types really was. And then no, today, like back then, they be like, oh, change your body type, let me change it, let me this, let me that. And then no, it's like, oh, compliment what you have. That's literally it. When they're getting plastic surgery done, like one time probably people would be sucking all the fat out of their ass. Nobody would want it, but no, we are literally like putting it there. So that's the reason why I tell people, like, listen, the only person who you need to live for is yourself and your loved ones, and your loved ones that matter. That's literally it. And for me, you owe yourself more than even you owe anybody. Like, for me, I will never disappoint myself, and that's the reason why I would never, ever stop anything that I've never completed. Whatever I complete, best believe I am finishing that. Because it's me. I will never disappoint myself. I will never let down myself. No matter how much I love my mom, no matter how much I love my brother, no matter how much I love my family and whatnot, me, I will never disappoint myself. Never. And that's the reason why I don't allow anybody to disappoint me. Because by the ending of the day, I know that whatever I start, if I started it, I owe it to myself to finish it. Because one thing I do not play is hypocrite. And I always said that when I have my kid, I don't want to basically tell them, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that, knowing that I basically did it. And that's the reason why I do not chase perfection, because I have proven time and time and time and time and time, resilience, discipline, and consistency will get you there. And also believing in yourself 100%. Like, your faith have to literally be there. It literally have to be there. Stop listening to people. Stop listening to penguins tell an eagle how to fly. That don't make no type of sense. If you have never seen anybody done it, get up and try it your way. I have never and still have never seen anybody done what I have done, with the background and the time period and all of that stuff. And I keep going. And I say, you know what? Maybe God or the universe is using me so that way I can tell other people, how to get there. And I have always been that person. I always said, oh, I thought if so. I always said, light in somebody's light does not dim mine. And it will never dim mine, because again, what's for Caesar will forever be for Caesar. A lot of people might see me post certain things or whatever, or talk about certain things and be like, oh, I would love that. But a lot of people won't be able to deal, keep up with the work. Like for me, I can't do, like, we're not even going to talk about that, probably another one. But yes, and this is the reason why I say competing, comparing, and perfecting is a complete waste of time. A complete waste of time. It's literally get your ass on the board. You will make it. It's not how you get there, it's if you get there. And then when you get there and stuff like that, some days it's going to come a time where you're not going to want to do it, but by the end of the day, you don't disappoint yourself, because remember, you know yourself, and you know that, listen, you're the only person like this in the world. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do right now, you're robbing the world of that. Why aren't you destined for greatness? Why your daughter not supposed to say, oh, this is my mom? Or why your son not supposed to be like, oh, this is my mom? Why your mom not supposed to be like, this is my daughter or this is my son? Why your wife or husband or side dude or whomever not supposed to happy if you say, oh, such and such? Why you not supposed to happy if you be like, I am me? Why? And that's the one of the reasons why I find that so many people are unhappy because people just don't know themselves. Them literally don't know themselves. And I'm telling you, one of the best things I, did for myself is figure out who I am. And that's the reason I tell people, like, if you know me personally, you're going to be like, yo, the girl her head tough. She don't listen. Hold me, go and listen to you, tell me how to fly, and you never get up off of the floor. But you know, man, somebody. No. Let me figure it out by myself if you have never done it. Because by the ending of the day, you're not going to project your insecurity on me. And that's another thing too. A lot of people going to tell you can't do certain things, it's not going to work and it's not going to that. If the person not doing nothing with them life and has never even seen 1% or 0.0000001% of greatness. I remember one time people, they say, oh, the way to kill a big dream is by telling a small-minded person. But I'm like, but if you know somebody mind small, what kind of conversation you can have with them about a big dream? But it's a waste of time. Stop letting people make you guys feel odd about wanting stuff out of life. Stop making people feel like, oh, you want too much, you're doing too much and all. Stop making people make you feel like you're too young for greatness or you're too old to start your greatness. Start letting people, like, go with your heart. Go with your heart. Go with your mind. And if where you are right now, you feel like you're in hell, why are you sitting in hell? Don't you work to get out of hell? It's full time now. We get liquid courage and start reach out to people. If it's somebody who you know, say, okay, this person look at their and their stuff and whatever, ask. If them not respond, then oh well, but at least you ask. It's full time for us to stop running around in circles and literally sit down and figure our life out. 2020 could have ended us all. No, if you're still here and whatever, what is your excuse? Look how many people passed away with this illness. So what is your excuse? Oh my God. Look on the Black Panther guy. Look on him. The man was literally dying. And instead of he went home and the man worked like nobody else. So me not have no excuse. Like my list today, literally this is how much work I literally cleared. Because of this man. Literally, that's me. I had so many meetings today. That's me because I said, what is my excuse? I am still here, kicking, breathing in good health and strength. And he did what, 4 movies? And didn't even complain, he not tell nobody nothing. So we're wicked. We are wicked. Full time now for we get up and stop finding excuses to why we can't be great. And just find one reason for greatness. And again, don't do it for nobody. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Because let me tell you something. You see, them have this feeling where we can't only explain a certain part of it. Where when you really do something with where you say, yeah, you literally will go from a laugh to literally a full-blown bawl in Jamaican cry, but a heavy cry. Thankful, gratitude. Like the feeling of accomplishment. When last you accomplished something? Why you can't accomplish nothing? It's not only getting a diploma or getting a degree is the only accomplishment. Like no, you guys need to literally like grab up yourself, put yourself in our hands, as a Jamaican would say. Literally that. And again, I am not perfect, but best believe me, I stay with my foot on my neck. Stay. Like literally, I make myself feel guilty. That is how strict I am with myself. You will literally think I still live with like Jamaican parents. That is literally me. I don't accept no shortcomings from myself. None. And you know the reason why? Because I live in America and I wasn't born here. So someone had to make a sacrifice to even give me the opportunity to be here. Which means, what the hell am I doing? I don't make up census. I don't make up number. That's not me. I don't take up space. I don't. My thing is literally to walk and shake the room and shake the world. That is what I come here for. So when I have my daughter know that, listen, my mother, When I have my son, we're not going to talk about that. One next video. But anywho, guys, so that's it with that part. We ended up at 30 minutes trying to do 20. But I will see you guys in another video. I don't know when I'm going to post the other video. I'm not trying to promise it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.